And well, you touched upon the songwriting process. Is this a collective thing, or do you, for example, take most of the lyrics for your?
Well, it's actually really unique, but you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. The guys will write the music. You know, I don't play any instruments, so for me it'd be just completely stupid to sit in the studio with them and, you know, oh, do that over, or I don't know what it's called, but try it anyway. You know, it'd be pointless. For me, when they give me the songs, they've gone through the sifting process at that point. They know what I want and they know what they want, and so by the time I get the track, you know, they're done with it. They kind of push it. Yeah. So, and then it's my turn. You know, I really like to work alone when I'm writing, because you wouldn't want to be around me when I'm in certain moods. So
why not?
Yeah, because just picture a werewolf, you know, and when the moon sets, man, I become a serious monster. So it's just when I'm relaying those feelings and getting those demons out of my chest, so to speak. It's really difficult, you know, as a front man and a singer. I'm exposing every detail of my life and my soul and my thoughts to the entire world. And then I have to stand there and present them and perform them and let them ridicule or critique or be passionate and fall in love with it. So it's just easier for me to be by myself when I do it. And like I said, I know these guys are never going to give me anything that's not worthy of being on the record in the first place. So.
And then are you the ones that write the music? Are you involved in the lyrics as well, or is it just so?
Here and there.
Not really. I mean, basically, what happens, you know, the music starts first. You know, we write a song, and then when we write a song, as Ivan just said, by the time he gets it, we already. The band itself, we already duped it out. We already figured out what's best for this song. So we bounce it amongst each other. Everybody has a studio. I record something, send it to the other guitarist. It may change something. Then we decide if it's better or not. You know, then the drummer messes with it. So everybody fixes this thing up. We're building it slowly, and it's always built to the last moment, even before, you know, days before the record comes out. Something's like, you know what? I did that solo 5 months ago, and today I would probably do something else, and I still have a chance to change it, you know. So every single piece is a work of art. Okay. Everything is a working process all the way to them. And sometimes that's why we don't really demo things, you know, because by the time he gets it, it's pretty much polished and chiseled, and so we give it to him. And sometimes he would ask, like, okay, when you guys wrote this song, you had an idea thematically, some sort of a theme that you were thinking, or you know, or sometimes he's like, oh, I got this, because it's an immediate inspiration. If not, sometimes he asks, like, what was the mood, what was the vibe, you know?
That way it gives me a spark, an idea.
Do you base your lyrics off of the music you hear, or I assume most of it is autobiographical?
Most definitely. I think everything that I write is relevant to a piece of my life, whether it be, you know, social, you know, family-oriented relationships, my political stances, religion. I think everything that I sing about comes strictly from my heart. I mean, I was never one of those singers, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I love, you know, Demi Borgir and Cradle of Filth and stuff, but I've never been one to write about burning churches or riding in and stabbing dragons with swords or anything. I mean, for me, if it's not relevant to my own life, I don't know really what else to talk about, so it has to come from the heart.
Okay, and you mentioned already that it is quite difficult to go into yourself and then expose yourself, in a sense, to the audience. How do you deal with this then?
I just put my finger up like that and say, if they don't like it, fuck them. I mean, I've just never been one to really care, I guess, and maybe that's the gift of it. I do know that there are some frontmen out there who really take it personally when somebody attacks them, so to speak, or disagrees with them, or posts something online about their music. But to me, I'm so confident in my band and my boys, and I feel so strongly about where I've been and where I'm going, that it really slides off my back. I mean, if anything, it just ignites another spark and it creates a better song. So look it under and over it.
Yeah, plus to tell you the truth is, like, for us, for the rest of us, I mean, we always consider ourselves very lucky and blessed that anything that Ivan writes is culturally relevant. You know, it is, as he just said, it is something that, you know, will connect to people, and I think that's the point of music in the first place. Music meant to be shared. It is not a tool of showcasing your talent, as in like, check me out, look at this guitar solo. That's self-serving. The idea is like, if I'm gonna put a guitar solo or a riff or any kind of lyrics because it feels right, because this has to be exposed, and because it will connect to you as the audience and will create some kind of feel, put you in a mood, make you think. That is our job as artists, in my opinion. And because he writes those lyrics that will connect you, it makes a huge difference. You know, that's again one of the elements that.
Do you always know what the songs are about?
I mean, when I'm listening to, yes. I mean, obviously. But you know, this is I would point this out though. I think when a song is done, right? I know what the song is about because, you know, Ivan is one of the closest person in my life to me. You know what I mean? So I know him and I know what he's talking about.
So that you're talking amongst each other as well about
course.
the song.
But the first time I hear the song, it will mean something else to me than probably means to him, and that's also the magic of these songs, that when you become very specific about some issue that you're talking about, then there is no room for imagination, right? So he's vague enough, you know, and not too specific when it leaves up something to you. That these songs, that's the art of songwriting, in my opinion. That you write something that can take in many different ways. So it's, you know, if I say at 4 o'clock I had an egg omelette for dinner or whatever the hell, you can't. That's what it is. Then that's it. There's no art to it, because there is only one way to take that.
Can you give me an example then of one of his songs?
The title, for example. What the title, when the title of the new record, Wrong Side of Heaven, Righteous Side of Hell. Well, you know, when he said this title because he wrote a song with some themes, and it, you know, he can explain to you what the song was about. But when I heard it, I had a completely different idea. To me, when, you know, the wrong side of heaven, righteous side of hell meant automatically the idea of dualism and the yin and yang, as in everything that people consider good, some other people can consider that bad, because you know, it's what is good and what is bad, or what is good and what is evil, is pretty much something that is an expression of your life, where you live, in what circumstances you live. Whatever is good for you, not necessarily good for somebody else. Like, well, religiously, you look at how many religions are out there, right? So when he said this title, I looked at it like, oh, he means, you know, the black dot in the white and the white dot in the black. Something that you consider really evil, not necessarily is true. It's not necessarily evil for somebody else. That's how I took it.
And then I wrote a bit down of that song. You say, there's a fire within, hate to admit, but I always knew violence and sin, but it keeps me feel is keep. Oh, sorry, that's a wrong song.
That's a wrong song.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, though. That's a good one, too.
No, we'll come to that then.
All right.
I'm sorry, I read the wrong one.
I wrote the lyrics of this song. And
I wrote something. I still wrote it down. I'm no hero. I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. So, what does it? Do you find yourself in a place often where you don't know if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, or?
Daily. I mean, I always question what I'm doing. I think that's how you figure out, you know, what's right and wrong. You know, how you tend to evolve. For me, the lyrics of the song were based around, you know, I've always wondered, you know, and I hate using this way, but I'm going to anyway. If you had a chance to sit down at a table and have God on one side and Lucifer on the other, what questions would you ask? What would you tell them? How would you relay your emotions and your feelings? And for me, that's a really potent idea. You know, I mean, if there is such thing, then, you know, how would you pose the questions? And what's your take on it anyway? So that's really where the song came from. And he's right. If you ask each band member what that title means to them, it's something completely different. And I think that's the beauty of it.